So today we're going to go over this exercise on how to uh, use a formula for weighted average cost of capital. So it says Organic Produce Corporation has 6.3 million shares of common stock outstanding, with each stock selling for 74 per share and beta of 1.09. It also has 350,000 shares of 5.8% preferred stock outstanding, selling for $107 per share, and 150,000 of 7.1% semi-annual bonds outstanding, par value of $1,000 each. The bonds have 20 years to maturity and sell for 109% of par. The market risk premium is 6.8%. T-bills are yielding 4.3%. And the firm's tax rate is 34%. So in order to uh, find the answer to this question, we're going to have to split it up into steps. So the first step is to find the cost of common equity or cost of capital, common stock. We're going to use the CAPM equation. So right here we have expected return equals risk-free rate plus beta multiplied by the market risk premium, or if you split it up into the individual parts section here. But this whole thing is the market risk premium. So we have 4.3% plus the beta of 1.09%, 1.09, multiply that by 6.8% equals 11.71%. The next step is to calculate the cost of preferred equity, and that is the same equation that we have for perpetuity. So we're going to assume the $100 par value. So right here, the equation reads preferred stock equals dividends over price. So we have here 100 multiplied by the 5.8% over 107 equals 5.42%. The next is to calculate the cost of debt. So we were given all the information that we needed in the equation. So here again we have the number of periods is 20 multiplied by 2, PV is 1,000 multiplied by 109%, coupon of 1,000 multiplied by that by 7.1%, and then divided by 2, we're going to get 35.5%. And then we're going to go ahead and input that into our computer. So 40 is the number of times, and then input the present value of 1,090. From here, of course, we're going to need that negative sign. 35.5 payment, $1,000 future value. We're going to compute the interest rate to get a 3.151%. All right. From there, as we said, or the yield to maturity interest rate, we're going to have to divide that, or actually multiply that by 2 to get that to the back to annual. We're going to get 6.3%. Continuing on with the steps, the fourth step in this equation to figure out this question is to go ahead and find the weights of these that we just calculated up here, these three. So we're going to go ahead and calculate here VE, VP, VD. So 6.3 million, all this information, we're going to pull it from here, of course. So 6.3 million multiplied by $74, we're going to get 466.2 million. For preferred, we're going to get 0.35 million, multiply that by $107 to get 37.45 million. And then debt, 0.15 million, multiply that by 1,000, multiply that by the percentage, 109%, to get 163.5 million. We're going to go ahead and add that all up, and that's going to get us our total of 667.15 million. And then we're going to divide each individual number that we got to get our weight. So weight for equity, we're going to go ahead and get 69.88%. Preferred stock is 5.61, and debt it's going to be 24.51%. Now with those percentages, and then also the tax rate, we can go ahead and implement that into our equation, into our Wacc equation. So we're going to use the weights that we just calculated, multiply that by the numbers that we calculated here in the first three steps. So the numbers here, the three numbers that we calculated here for common equity, cost of preferred equity, and cost of debt, and multiply them by the respective weights. As here you can see 69.88%, multiply that by 11.71, and then you're going to add 5.61%, multiply that 5.42 for preferred, and then add 24.51%, multiply that 6.3% for debt, and then we're going to go ahead and implement our tax rate here. So 1 minus 34%, we're going to come out with a total of 9.52% for Wacc, weighted average cost of capital. And that's all.